challengers. And then it was revealed that they weren't the anti-Titans. These are the other Titans, the original group that was there first. Uh, Returning to the inn, many drinks were had, people celebrated. They received keys to their own rooms, and they each went into their room to lay down. And after a long day, they all quickly drifted off to sleep. At which point, uh, I need not Atier to make a wisdom saving throw. Atier, you, as your head falls upon the, I guess it wouldn't be a pillow, would it? It would be a straw pillow, a bag filled with straw. As your head lays wherever you choose to rest it in your room, um, your eyes close and you experience a sensation that you, Lauren, haven't actually heard exactly what happens yet. So this is going to be a first for you. You have had this experience before, and it's very surreal because you are flying through the air in the body of what you glimpse as there's peripheral vision at moments, blue wings, and you recognize you've been in this body before. The surreal part is that it's not you flying. You've gotten to once in a while, but it's not an everyday thing. When you're in the body, it feels like most of the time the body is doing what it's doing, and you're just along for the ride to see it. And then sometimes you kind of take over. There's no sign of it, and the weirdest part is that it feels new to you every time. You don't actually remember anywhere you've flown before.
Nice.
You don't remember the locations, but you do remember the sensation. You are getting better at being a bird the more times that this happens to you, and the more comfortable you get with it. Um, so we have a 14, 17. John, when you have a moment, give me a wisdom saving throw. Um, let's see.
On it.
Um, as you're soaring over the trees. Oh, that's what's missing, music. As you're soaring, I wanted forest. There. Okay. As you're soaring over the trees, this body you're in, it's not like another personality is in it, but it does seem to move with purpose. So it's not like a somebody you're controlling. Um, you're along for the ride, and as this
Oh,
body,
cool.
excuse me, and as this body is flying, you've been on it before, and you have the memory of lazily going wherever nobody knows, and you've had the memory of being, having a goal in mind. And this time, there's definitely a goal in mind. You are soaring over a wide forest, no land in sight, and as you're heading, it feels like you swoop left, and suddenly you see from the particular angle you're at, you see a small, hole in the trees that you could reach. And at the hole above it is fluttering a little butterfly. I say little. It's closer to your size now than would traditionally happen. In fact, it's a larger butterfly than you would have imagined, and it's floating there. And it when it sees the bird coming forward, it says, "Princess, princess, 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 you've returned! Princess, you've returned!" And it's just flapping there. And as it does, you realize that nothing is pushing you forward anymore. You're the one flying.
Nice.
So,
That's pretty incredible. I love the butterfly.
yeah, it's got blue themes, kind of like you have mixed in with the Midwest of orange on the outer side, on the edges of the wings, and it's just
Yeah.
flapping in the sky. Princess, princess, you've returned. We need you.
So I decide to follow my butterfly friend.
Good, good. Come on, come on. It's story time. We need you for story time. They won't tell the story without you.
Oh man, I'm
And this
excited.
butterfly hides through that little hole in the woods that you feel like the body had been heading straight for, as if it knew it was there. You saw it as you were circling around before. No way anybody else should be able to find it. As you head through the trees, you circle through, and there's a very large tree trunk that is in front of a a pair of tree trunks that have trees. Well, excuse me, long trunks that have fallen forward, and a tree stump that is in a glade. The tree trunks that have fallen forward are covered with mushrooms all over. And as you soar over that area, there's what looks to be almost a small town. And as you're looking around, you see mice and squirrels and chipmunks all running around. And the butterfly is slower than you, so you have plenty of time to take in the sights as you're following it, because you could obviously outrace this. You could eat it if you wanted, but you didn't imply that's what you wanted. So as you're heading forward, it heads down to a a large bowl for you that is filled with seeds. And you recognize this bowl only when you see it, and you realize you've been here before and eaten from these seeds before. And she says, are you hungry, or is it story time? Are you hungry, or is it story time? Are you hungry, or is it story time? What do you
Story
want?
time.
Story time?
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. And so she just keeps on going past the thing. As you you go around a tree trunk, and there's a hole in the ground that kind of spirals, and it's a very tight space. And at some point, you actually have to start walking. And as you walk to the bottom, the path spirals around what feels like the tree trunk to a little hole in the ground. And inside the hole, what does she see, Sequoia?
Random. Okay.
What does she see? What do you look like?
Oh, this is an armadillo who looks very nervous, scared, possibly paranoid.
Yeah. And it's so you're what, peeking over your shoulder looking for her, you hear her come in. How would you react when she comes in? This large blue bird.
Probably a brief scream, ah! And then it's you. Okay. Whew. Hi.
And you have never met a princess before, but you've heard of Princess. This is Princess, the blue bird that has come by almost long enough ago you don't remember. It's just in the stories. And what else does she see, Zane? Excuse me. What else does she see, Jenny, who is not Zane?
So she sees this beautiful red fox who looks entirely too calm. Looks like he has kind of his eyebrows up, like I'm watching all of you and I know what all of you are doing. But has this kind of undertone of being kind of nervous. His name is Firefox.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the fox is curled up in the corner. The armadillo is right near the entrance, looking over its shoulder constantly. And John, what else does she see?
That's a good question. Karif has been producing.
Not a problem. I figured that might be the case.
Yeah,
you see another animal as well that we'll hear about when there's time. Yeah,
they are great. They're grateful for the lifesaver they were just tossed. Thank you.
Also at the back, you see a very tired-looking, eyes closed, or squinting, almost closed, big hands. You just see this a mole that it looks very wrinkled, very elderly, and it says, "Ah, Princess, you've arrived. Hi, we've been waiting for you for story time." And it bows to you. Do the rest of you bow when he bows?
Yes.
Andre would bow.
Andre, perfect. Andre the armadillo.
Nice.
Okay, and Firefox, are you a bower?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So they bow to Princess. Now, Atia, you've got the weird sensation of you can't access your memories. Like you don't, even at this moment, you don't remember Atia. You remember I am me and I am in this bird and I'm not always. But you don't remember that Atia, uses the bow and arrow, that she is an elf. You don't remember that kind of stuff. Maybe some things leak through, and we might have to do checks later to see that kind of stuff. But by and large, you're just this bird who knows that you're named Princess. And the butterfly who was following you says, story time, and Old Mole, it's time to tell the story. And so Old Mole says, yes, you've all heard it before, but every time that you come by, Princess, uh, make sure I read the right one. Arena wants to hear the story. So, if you'll all settle down, and you're already all settled, but she obviously can't see that. She starts thinking, because it takes a while. It was a long time ago. My father's mother's father told me the story. There was a hawk that we called Queen, and that hawk, well, we were a peaceful town. This fort used to just be called the Burrow until it became necessary to protect ourselves. We haven't had to in ages, of course, but that's why we tell the story, so you'll all remember those times. When the hawk would show up, it would eat and it would celebrate, and we would have wonderful fun together. And then, one time, the darkness came earlier than it should. Uh, the sun was in the sky. I was told, none of my family has ever seen it, of course. And the, it stopped and it got beautiful and dark, and we could walk all that we wanted to outside. And that was the problem, was that was when the dark ones came from the Underdark. There were critters, there were little crawly things with many legs, and some of them were as big as me. There were most of all there were the dark wolves. The dark wolves. And as she says this, she stares off in the distance. I've never seen a wolf, but I've heard that they were very dark wolves and that they were very scary, and that it was only because of Queen that we survived. And the for years after that, Queen would come and visit once a month, and then sometimes a year would pass, and people started to not believe in Queen. And in fact, right now, you're the only ones who do, and that's why we come to talk about her, so that you will remember the Hawk Queen. And Iris, Arena is nodding along, right? Not flying, just the wings don't stop flapping, just nodding along. Yeah, because she's super excited. She's probably the youngest one here. Give me a perception check, everyone. And that's what I gotta remember. Okay, we've got 18, 17, and 15. So everybody but the unknown occupant hears some noises outside that are definitely not the normal ones. That's all. So you hear these noises, and you can always interrupt me to act if you want, but Old Mole goes on. So what we have learned and passed down through the ages in my family is that if you want to celebrate the hawk, you must feast. And that's why. And the mole turns around and claws at the wall a little bit and moves some dirt aside. And then behind it, there are nuts and berries. And there's little thimbles of water. And she says, now is a beautiful time for feasting. We cannot light a bonfire because I wouldn't be able to see. And I don't want to leave my house. But you may each partake of the feast.
So Princess goes and, kind of explores the treasure, the food, sips some of the, water that's there, eats a couple of nuts, and is just taking all of it in, really fully in the moment.
Yeah. How about Firefox or Andre?
Is the I have some specific questions. Is it up on a table? Is it on the floor?
It is on the floor. It is just
It's on the floor.
like the room is just a dugout hole near the trunk of a tree, and all they did was tear some of their own wall down where they had apparently piled it up to hide their stash.
So Firefox saunters, as you would imagine sauntering happening, and the tail is swishing behind him, and goes and parks his butt right by the feast and starts to nibble on the fruits. Whatever fruits and berries are available, that's what he's getting.
Is the nibbling proper or dainty? I'm trying to get an eyeful here, or something else.
It's cautious at first, and then it's kind of dainty when it's cautious, and then as he continues to eat, it's very proper.
Got it. Andre
goes over to the pile of food and takes away a few nuts and a little bit of water and goes back to where he can look at the hole because he's still very, very uncertain about the noises that he heard earlier, and he wants to keep an eye on the door. So he's definitely going to be eating in his own corner. But
heading
also
toward it, you hear more
paying
noises.
attention. Yeah.
You hear more
Guys,
noises. They get a little bit louder.
Guys, I mean, everyone hears that, right? Like, there are noises, guys, noise. There's noise outside.
My tail twitches.
What
But I keep
noises,
eating.
dearie?
I don't. They're noises. What does it matter what noises they are? It's not normal noises, and it's not any of us. It must be something bad.
Oh, calm down. I'm sure everything is fine.
Princess is now like a little less at peace, and wanders over by Armadillo, the armadillo, to kind of like try to gauge what's happening, but definitely ready to, take off if she needs to.
Yeah. So you head over there. You also hear them outside. Your perception checks were, I'll just keep the same ones going, were 18 and 15. So as you get closer, Bluebird, Princess, you hear, you would interpret it as commotion. You're used to as you soar above, right? An armadillo might not necessarily know what's a fight and what's not. They don't have the best vision. They're staying near super low to the ground. You get to soar above and see and investigate all the time. So you've heard this before. You would call this a commotion. Something's not right.
Okay. Yeah. So when I hear that, I turn to the rest of the animals there, and I say, I think we should leave. There, it seems like there's trouble brewing, and I try to get the butterfly. What's the butterfly's name again?
Arena.
It's very beautiful. I try to basically get Arena to follow me.
Oh, she does immediately. You don't need any kind of check for her. For anybody else.
Jeremis the peacock enters the scene as if they were there the whole time and pretends to know exactly what's happening and just kind of... And yeah, we should do what she said.
Perfect.
The peacock arrives
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
when they mean to.
Exactly when they need to.
Exactly.
Yeah. The old
Andre
mole says,
definitely doesn't
Well,
like
if
it.
you're all going to worry, you can go on. I'll stay here. The sun was still out last I remembered.
and you, as you were flying in, noticed that it was starting to set. It's probably nighttime by now. After the story and the eating, it was very brief, but you also think that Old Mole probably says that literally every time anybody leaves your house.
Nice.
Nobody has ever seen Old Mole out of the hole. So what did you say, Wayne? Excuse me, Andre?
Yeah, Andre he doesn't need any convincing. He was already very well convinced that this was bad and we needed to go.
Okay, wonderful. As you're heading out, you hear a sound. So you're kind of at the back of the village, so to speak. As you hear a sound, it's the sound of singing. It says, "Warning, warning!" And as you come out of the hole, you see in front of you, in the center of town, there's this iris that has a face, and it says, "Through the roots, there's a warning." And so she's just been singing that there's a warning over and over that she's heard through her roots.
I ask the iris, what's the warning?
Oh, we should go ask her. We should go ask her. She knows everything. She can hear other plants farther away. I can't do that. I can't. I mean, I'm not a plant, so that makes sense. I couldn't do that. But I couldn't do that.
Let's go ask. So yeah, Princess like walks up to the plant iris.
Yeah, so you
yeah.
walk.
Or yeah, bird
Birdie
walk. Yeah, bird swaddle. And I asked the iris, what's the warning? What do you feel? What have you
Danger
heard?
is coming. Danger is coming.
And I try to sing back to see if that helps, expedite the information. What danger?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Ooh, beautiful. 22. You feel like Iris is, Irina was maybe a little, when Irina says that the Iris knows everything, she maybe isn't the best communicator. She's more just a kind of a living thing that can reach elsewhere, but it's not necessarily on the same level of sentience as all the animals. They more protect her and keep her safe. So the fact that she's shouting warning is about all that she can do most of the time. They call her Luna because the moon, and so they're like, she's beautiful under the moon or whatever. So they call her Luna, but she doesn't converse with them. So you think the fact that words are coming out is already an impressive feat for this flower.
Okay. So Princess essentially communicates, this is a big deal, guys. We need to be on alert. Something bad is happening. This is Luna. She protects us and alerts us of danger. So, does anyone hear anything else?
Jaramus doesn't hear anything.
Thank you, Jaramus.
You're welcome.
I like how it became Jaramus.
Anytime.
Well, I don't know. Something just didn't feel right about today. I don't know how to explain it, but what do we do?
Give me an insight check because Firefox has been around. Let's see what they know about what could be wrong, or wisdom if that's better. What did I say? I said insight, which is wisdom, so that wouldn't help.
Oh,
9. Yeah, just that feeling. Something's off.
Yeah, something's off.
Yeah. As you're here standing around Iris, you see that nobody else is actually standing around Iris. There are, like I said, squirrels and chipmunks and mice, and they're kind of scurrying all over the town. They're acting like they've never seen or heard this warning before. And then you hear a loud creaking sound followed by a thud, and everybody can tell that it's coming from near the gates where you flew over and entered Atier. So at the gates to leave town.
okay. Yeah, so Princess would fly up to see if she can see anything that's noticeable.
Yeah, so you see not much. Let's do this. Drag it a little bit. Okay. I want this one. I think. No, that is way too. We're doing this.
Jaramus is ready for combat.
What combat? What are you talking about? This is a social encounter, and I am moving. Are y'all on a page you can't see?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so then I'm going to do the fog reveal. So what you see is you are coming from the south, and you see perched on these logs that you saw fallen earlier. I'm going to let y'all know, because you haven't done it before, that you can bring yourself onto the map by clicking on your journal in the top right corner, clicking on not your photo, but your character's name, and then dragging it onto the screen. Then you would be here-ish.
Did I do it?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I don't see any. Yep. Somebody's way up top. So additionally, I'm on the other layer. So we're gonna do this.
Where are we?
Oh,
Zane brought yourself up there. So I'm gonna force move y'all to here, so that y'all should be able to see an open area now. Perfect. And we've got 2 Zanes now. We got 1 Zane. So y'all would be coming from the south.
I fixed it. Sorry.
You're totally fine.
Oh, I did it.
And Carf. There.
But
So we've got. I brought that.
oh,
in.
nice.
So we've got a peacock, a fox, an armadillo, and a blue jay standing at the entrance. And if you zoom out, along the tree trunks to the sides, you see mice and squirrels stationed as guards looking out, and they all are looking intently, but nobody's making a sound. They are clearly on guard for something, and it is not clear what as you look out in the distance. Atia, you can see a bit further, of course, with flying.
Oh, yes.
So you can see at least this far. And you see that big tree trunk as you were coming in. You can't really see past it. You see there's some trees, some shrubbery over on one side and on the other, but nothing's really standing out.
Nice. And
one thing to reiterate before you go any further, you are all used to being animals, but for the players who are being these animals, this is not a standard forest. It doesn't have that feeling. The butterfly is not really significantly smaller than the mole you saw. Things are not proportionally correct. These mushrooms are as taller than a bird. A fox would have to jump over them. So these are wall-sized, tower-sized things for the animals that you are. This is not the normal world you're used to, but that's okay because you're not the 4 people you're used to being. You're used to this place that has walls made of tree trunks.
So the squirrels looking guardingly toward us or away from us?
Away. They're looking north.
Okay.
Yeah. They're looking. Some of them are shuffling about with a little spear. Some of them crawl from one place to another. They just kind of, wrong layer. They just kind of shift, around the trees. Always scurrying, always trying to be quiet and looking over the edge.
So are we attempting to set this place on fire, or what are we doing here? I'm not clear on the assignment.
Guys, those squirrels look really nervous. So whatever is over there, I'm pretty sure we don't want to meet it. It's probably something really, really bad and scary.
Well, now I want to.
Irina heard Andre say, "Good idea." Okay.
I'm sure he's right, and yet.
You are brave, Sir
Listen
Peacock.
to the weird bird. Don't do it.
Well, someone maybe should go take a look.
Give me
Not
perception checks again. You're looking into the darkness.
Daramus waddles slowly over and pecks at the ground a bit.
Well, the seed might have fallen out of that bowl. So, Wayne, you've been... Okay, Wayne and... Andre and Jeramis. You have been here before. Firefox, as usual. Let me rephrase. Ginny, as usual, doesn't see anything, even on a different character.
I needed to
Much too busy brushing his tail.
I'm grooming my tail and my fur right now.
Probably, you probably have a. I'm not going to say a retinue, but what animal would be following Firefox around as willing to fluff the tail, doing whatever's necessary for this majestic fox.
I'll think of something.
I have no doubt you will. So something is following you around, and that. So something following you around and is brushing your tail and distracting you. The rest of you, as you look out, 2 of you, Andre and Jeramis, as you look out, you see what you've seen outside of the gates before, except you would say that there are more twigs than there were before. There are more vines than there were before about the floor. It does not look as clean as it once was, and it doesn't look around like it's autumn. If anything, it's closer to springtime. So the presence of debris in the shape of twigs, in the shape of branches, in the shape of vines is abnormal to you two.
Say, there's a lot of vines and branches around here, wouldn't you say?
It's not normal. It's bad. Something did that, and I'm pretty sure it's bad.
Should we perhaps try to pull at everything and see if anything changes? No?
I just told you it's bad.
Okay.
You can't just go.
I feel like my input isn't being valued in this environment.
That's because your input is crazy.
Wild, even. Perhaps wild would be less
Wild.
ableist.
So Princess asks the squirrels.
Mhm.
I can communicate with them.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
They are forest creatures.
Nice. Squirrels, what have you seen?
Something noise. There was a noise. There was a noise. It was over there. And they point at the trunk. We haven't seen anything.
Can I try to assess if I see any like footprints or things like that?
Yeah. Are you walking closer to do that, or are you doing it from a distance?
Closer.
Okay. Are you walking closer, or are you flying closer?
I'm actually gonna fly closer. I'm gonna see if I can see anything big picture.
Okay, yeah. So you take off and fly around, and I will reveal some sight as you go. You are this one. So as you're flying around, you head circling around the tree trunk, giving it a wide berth, staying safe. You would not fly directly into a trap. And as you fly around, you notice, because you've gotten closer, the same thing that the other two did, Jermis and Andre did, but you don't see any tracks. What you see are, give me a survival check.
Everybody?
You just Atier, who is flying, just Princess. So as you're flying by, you see scratches in the dirt, but they don't hold any special meaning for you.
Okay. So I tell them that I see scratches. It seems like something with claws has been here.
Everybody can make a survival check with disadvantage, or excuse me, intelligence check with disadvantage, or survival, whichever one you're better at.
Which was the second option? I'm sorry.
Survival or
sorry.
intelligence.
That was the saving throw. Sorry, my bad.
The 10?
What was the second one? Intelligence or?
Intelligence or survival.
Nice.
Okay. It is tickling Princess's brain, and it's not until Firefox says twig blights. That's what pops in your head, Firefox. Twig blights scratch the ground as they go, and they don't get noticed.
Would I know what a twig bot is?
Does Firefox tell everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So when
I don't know
Firefox
if it's either, so yes.
Yeah, when Firefox says twig blights, Atier, give me this is a wisdom saving throw, because this is you trying to use your Atier knowledge.
Nice. So is it just a wisdom roll? Sorry.
Just saving throw. I don't know if it's better for you or not. I forget which one has.
Where is saving throw?
Just to the right of, so there's the 6 big stats, and just to the right of them is a smaller list that says saves.
Oh, I see. Nice.
19? Yeah, you're able to pull the information. Atier the Ranger has heard of twig blights before. They are small creatures They are um, they are like branches. They are vicious and evil. They will attack whatever they can. They are undetectable when they are standing still. You
Okay.
cannot tell a twig blight from a twig if they are immobile at all.
So I'm freaking out once I have realized what Atier knows. And I squawk down at the crew. We're surrounded by twig bites. I think that's what they're called. Twig bites!
Twig
I tell
bites,
you,
yeah.
twig bites.
Jeremus tries to eat one.
And
You're gonna run out to the nearest twigs you see.
Yes.
Wonderful. Then head on out, and I will, as you get close, I will show you where the nearest twigs you see are. There are some here, right in front of the tree, and here to the left, and here to the right. So, which one do you head for?
You say
Center,
they were
left,
up.
or right?
Left.
Okay. As you get close, I need you to make a. I need everybody. So put yourself where you're getting close to this spot.
Which one? Which one was it again?
This. Oh, if you're not at the right zoom. I'm on my zoom, and I'm like, why can't you see what it is? I'll move you. How about that? You move to
That's
about
perfect.
here. You move on the correct layer to here. And as you're approaching, you see a piece of wood in front of you. As you're passing the one on the right, nothing happens. The one on the right doesn't start to move. But this one, right here, can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm. I think.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking at your screen. I thought I just changed its. Oh no, I know what I did. This one, much more dramatic reveal. This one right here.
Whoa.
Oh no!
This one right
no!
here starts to move, and I need everybody to make an initiative roll. First, click on your character so that you are highlighting your token, and then go to your character sheet and click initiative. And it will automatically add it to the turn tracker.
I am having a problem here. Y'all give me a second.
You're doing great.
This is not going the way that I hoped.
Casey's gonna make us fight sticks now.
I'm not making you do anything. Y'all could have run away.
I am not seeing initiative. There it
That's
is.
right,
I found it.
I just
Mm.
cannot get
Oh.
my. I can't get my character sheet to come up. It just doesn't like me at the moment.
Jeremus seems quite different from Karif. Karif is much more of a go-getter. Jeremus is more of a come and get me.
You did run up and try to eat the stick.
Well, Jeremus was hungry and refers to himself in the third person.
You did miss the buffet. So.
Perpetually. I did. And I'll lament it until the game is done.
That's what you get for being late, Jeremus.
This is what Jeremus gets for being late.
You have to eat death sticks.
You want to Sequoia, have you read
Can we say death sticks in stream? I don't know.
Is that
I think.
Wait, is that a thing? Is that an actual thing? Oh gosh.
Is it too close to cigarettes? Is that what we're concerned? Oh no, I said
It's the Star Wars name for cigarettes.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. That I just naturally was like death
Sequoia,
sticks.
have you tried reloading?
I'm gonna do that now because I don't know what is happening. Apologies for delaying everything.
You're fine.
Jeremus is furious.
We are all playing a game.
Hypocritically furious.
Andre said
Jeremus was doing your audio setup. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let a peacock set up your wires.
No.
Audience, for context, it took me 30 minutes to set up my audio, and that's why the stream started so late tonight.
I'm doing. What am I clicking again? I'm there now, and I forgot what I was doing.
Click on your character sheet. Click on your character, then click on your character sheet, then click on initiative. It's possible Trumpet Bear, but I'm pretty sure that if he clicked it again, it would re-pop it in. So at least that happens for me.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's so weird to call you Trumpet Bear. So Ryan.
Oh, is that Ryan? Okay. Thanks for watching, Ryan.
Ryan Allison, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Thanks for joining us.
And Morden is
Uh,
Carrie Wallach. And
Okay.
I only see what's on Restream, so I don't know anybody else.
Nice.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Sequoia,
still
what are you
looking
seeing?
there. Are you saying when you say click on my character? Are you talking about my avatar on the screen? Or...
So first, yeah, your icon on the screen, so the one at the bottom center, so that it is highlighted for you. Then in the journal in the top right, open your character sheet. And then in your character sheet, click the word initiative, which should be about top center.
Oh, yep. That's what I wasn't finding. Sorry.
There you go.
We're there now.
Cool.
10 years later. All right.
Can I just... Oh, that's an option. There. Okay. I don't have to manually do it anymore. Awesome. So we've got this. The others, I'm going to tell y'all as we hit them, just so that you know for future rounds. As you get close, Firefox, you are the first one to get to act.
Great. Can I?
You've seen Karif run forward, and you've
Uh-huh.
seen that as Karif ran forward, something started moving nearby and does not look like the rest of the branches.
But I otherwise can't see anything else except the rest of the branches.
Otherwise, cannot. Yeah, nothing else is currently that visible.
Okay.
You could, one thing I wanted to add into this one, because there are the mice, squirrels, etc. around, is y'all can encourage them to go forward or to stay back if you want. If you want them running out and trying to help, go for it. And if you would have to persuade them, and if you want them to stay back because y'all are going to take care of it, let them know that too.
Okay. So. I'm not anywhere close to this, so I think that I would like to. No, with the wisdom that I have and experience at my disposal, I know that smaller animals do better in groups whenever they try to, address something that looks frightening. So I probably would try to holler to some of my mouse/squirrel friends in my secret forest language, I suppose, and convince them to kind of run a little bit closer.
So give me a persuasion check for how you try to convince them of that.
Intimidate.
I just heard that song in my head. Run a little bit closer.
That's how you do it. You just sing that song.
to the mice and squirrels.
Yeah.
11? Okay. You get, as you say it, you feel like you have persuaded about half to do something.
Okay. And
Yes.
I'm going to move a little bit closer, kind of like in a steady kind of trot.
Yeah.
And
Theme song for
my
that.
tail is kind of nervous going back and forth, but I look like I'm going like with a purpose, like Fox on investigation check. I have a very serious look on my face.
Go for it. Okay, perfect. Nothing happens as you approach that spot. Next is... Why do I keep closing it? Next is Atier.
Nice.
Princess.
Yeah.
Princess.
Yes,
I set you on
princess.
top of the mushroom. You can be wherever you want to have landed.
I like it. It looks cozy.
That seems like a place she would perch.
I agree. Yeah.
Before you act, I want to make one thing clear that was not until this moment. As Atier feels on their person, you notice that there is a string across your front, and on your back is a bow.
Okay. Cool. That's very cool. So because I don't think we should be running headfirst into these death sticks, I'm going to try to shoot the, what was it called again? A twig bot?
Twig blight.
Blight.
Like
Twig
a
blight.
blight upon the land.
That's great. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Twig blight. I was just like twig bot. It's bird, accent.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I'm going to try to shoot the twig blight that Jeremy / Jeremias
Jaramus. Yeah.
is trying to run to.
Sure.
And yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Love it. So roll your attack.
Okay.
Well, I remind myself of stats. If you go to your character sheet in the middle, there is longbow.
Oh, I see.
Click that
Just
word.
kidding.
Okay, so you rolled an 11, which you shoot a stick, and this thing that is made of sticks, they look, I mean, for the players, they look like almost mini roots, but with an evil bent to them. They are definitely, living plant-like matter. And you just add another stick to the collection, and it falls over. And having seen it move, you can easily discern that it is not the same as the other sticks around it.
Yeah.
But you have slain it with one shot.
Whew. And then so is it, can I say something to our group as well?
Yeah.
So we're committed to fighting all these. That's a question.
Jaramus is absolutely down for whatever the group wants to do. So yes. Yes? Yes.
Yep. So again, we're only in our third session, and so for some of y'all, that means you have played for 2 other times, and then today. You are allowed at any moment to do outside the box stuff like y'all did the first week with pancaking or rat or whatever. If you want to go away, if you want to something, just let me know what it is you're doing. If you want a creative approach, do it. If you shout out something and nobody answers, remember each round is like 6 seconds, so they can have until their turn to think or whatever.
Okay, cool. I'm good then with my round.
Yes. All right. So then that brings us to Wayne. Sorry,
Andre.
Andre the armadillo, who is nervously waiting at the back. What do you do?
Well, I tried to warn them all, but no one listened. And I guess if they're all going to go in, I at least have to go and help. So I'm just going to go and get up as close in with the group as I can, because they're obviously going to need some help, because this is going to be a big, scary fight.
Remember, you can use your action to dash if he wants to go very far forward. Otherwise, you have your 30 feet of movement. So drag yourself and put yourself where you want to be.
I think that's right. Is that right?
That was 5, I think.
Is that?
So you get 1 more.
Get up here with
Perfect.
whoever that is I'm next to. The Firefox.
That would be Firefox.
So as you move forward, is there anything else you're doing with your action? Things that you could do when you don't see anything already, something like I'm going to swing my sword if something comes close, or take the defense action so something comes at you that has disadvantage, or literally do nothing. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think Andre would being an armadillo, he'd probably be preparing to shield himself if something popped up that was unexpected.
Yeah. So you're taking the defense action. Totally fine. Next is not Jaramus. Next is motion occurs. We're switching this. Did I say it right?
Oh, yeah. You nailed it. You nailed it.
Perfect.
Jaramus is quite pleased that a narrator seems to have understood his pronunciation.
I thought so. So next, what we see is... Oh, wrong layer. There. I don't know that I like this method for what I was doing, but it works. Okay. Layer. Boom. Layer. Boom. As the as Andre stops moving, you see the approach of many twig blights.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It double moves. 1, 2. This one moves up from behind. It was as close as could be without doing anything, but it was under the mushroom like a tree top. And it, against somebody with defense, rolls a 4 because of your defensive action, so it does not hit. So off the hide of your armadillo body, you just feel a little scratch with a claw. That doesn't do anything. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it'll stop right there. It's just getting ready for next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you see that happen. And this one awkwardly spins its whole turn, climbing halfway up the tree trunk. The tree trunk is picture from if y'all are humans there, it's 20 feet tall. It's like double of whatever. So it crawls halfway up. And then, so that was at 12, so it effectively ends up being the same. Then you hear the sound of, where did it go? You hear a kind of crawling, slapping, a rustling sound is maybe the best thing to say. As Kareth is glad that he went left instead of right, because as it starts to move, you see something different
Oh dear.
start creeping forward. 1, 2, and it is large. It is bigger than everything else you saw. It is made of vines. It's got a couple of vines that are just whipping around, and it does. It kind of raises the. It's not even a humanoid mass. The picture is, but it's just a vine thing. As it raises its vine-like body and then kind of splashes down, vines go everywhere, and that's the wrong thing for me to read out from. But this is the right one. At some point, I think I'm just going to have the book because that's just so much easier than reading off these things. So, as it shoots down in a 15-foot radius around it, because that was as close as it could get, I need 1, 2, 3. So not Kareth, but yes, Firefox and Andre. Y'all need to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, no.
As its body splashes down. I mean, you mean wonderful, right? As its body splashes down, you see the grass around grows up and starts to kind of grab and tangle around feet. And the twig blight in front of Andre drops its die. Does succeed on a strength saving throw. How did y'all do? 11, 12. Ironically, the armadillo is restrained. The vines curl up and over your feet, and one of them over your shell in a way that you can't move. That doesn't stop you from attacking anything, but it does reduce your damage. It reduces your movement. You can't go anywhere. You can't. You will attack with disadvantage because you are being restrained. It's kind of like being tangled up in ropes. So next turn, you can do your normal stuff, maybe with disadvantage, or you can try to break free from the tangling roots. Okay. Does that make sense? Skoy?
Yep.
Cool. And that was the end of the turns you saw. Then it's Kareth's turn.
Jeramis sees that his friend has found themselves in danger and approaches, warhammer in hand, in wing, and grabs and puffs out, and there's feathers everywhere, and Jeramis swings the warhammer, and he swings it mightily at the thing that is tangling his friend.
Okay, so you walk over. You're going to take an attack of opportunity, but you got good armor, so we'll see what that does. Their bonuses. So move over to where you want to walk toward him. This ground around with all the vines is now difficult terrain, but you have enough to get there because of your large size. So you get there no problem. Well, barely. And their plus is gonna matter. They have a +3, bringing that to a 19. Does a 19 hit your armor class?
My armor is. How do I answer that question?
Top center on your character sheet.
Top center. I'm like 18. 18. Oh.
So it barely hits you, and it does this one 2 damage. So
damn.
As you walk away, you feel a scrape along your bird leg, your thigh.
Oh dear.
And you walk forward with gusto and take a swing at the vine. So go ahead and roll an attack on this vine creature.
Two-winged warhammer.
Oh,
wow.
watch where you're swinging. I can't move here.
Yeah, I
Rolled
understand.
A 7 unfortunately misses.
I said,
Zero.
watch where you're
So-
swinging.
So as you swing it down, it's kind of erupted. It's all over the ground. You squish some of it, but it doesn't seem to react in a way that implies that it was enough. You just hit a less vulnerable spot, it seems. Anything else? Do you have a bonus action? I don't think so yet, but
I don't believe so.
okay, perfect. Next, we have
Jeremus's
Zane.
turn comes to an end. Sorry, please continue. So
No,
sorry.
keep doing it.
Okay,
That's what this game is.
I suppose I will.
Oh, okay. Nope, that was it. At the top of the round is when. To war! To war! We must help the town! The rats run forward. And they each make it and take one attack. Whoop. That's a 2. And that's a 10 plus 2. And there's a. Yes, one of them hits for. Oh, it really hurt a blight, but didn't quite kill it. They're not quite as strong as you guys. But 3 of them have tried to join the fray, and they are going to be partaking. And that brings us to Zane.
Who is fire?
Why does the music keep
Right.
stopping? I've got it looping. What did I do?
Okay.
Oh, well.
So, Firefox is twitching his tail kind of nervously, but look kind of over at his squirrel friends that joined the fight and was like, yes, it has begun. And then swishes his tail around, and as he does so, he casts Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
And I think that there should be enough range to catch 1, 2, 3.
You could easily get 3 or
lights.
1 and the big guy.
Okay, then let's do maybe 1 and the big guy.
Okay. And their dex saving throw. 14. What is the. Hold on. I'm checking his dex. 14 was the twig. -1, so 13. What's your saving throw number? What's your DC?
Spell save?
Oh, is it on the thing? Spell save 13. Okay, so that one, so the twig passes. The vine gets a 3. I'm going to guess it doesn't have a +10. So no, the vine, the large creature is now glowing with what color? What does it look
like? Of course it is red.
like? Of course it is red.
Sparkly red.
Sparkly red that looks like the fire that matches Firefox's beautiful fur. And this vine all over in this enormous region is glowing with that. What y'all don't know is that will give you advantage to attack it from now on, as long as it's glowing. Okay. Anything else?
Yes, actually. Let's see.
Atia, you're up next.
Hold on a second.
Of course.
That wasn't the one I was looking for. That's not the one I was looking for. Oh well. Okay. So he's feeling particularly worked up over the situation and feels very protective of his people that are around him right now, and reaches out and touches, let's say, because he's very charmed by this peacock's beauty, reaches out and touches Jeremus and says, "You've got this, friend."
Jeremus feels like he's got this.
Would you say he shakes a tail feather?
Oh.
He does. Shakes a tail feather. Very nice. I think this narrator is doing an excellent job.
And casts Sanctuary. And so
Okay. Making sure. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Wisdom saving throw, and yours is at 13. Perfect. Okay. Next, Atier.
So now that I can see the glowing twig creature,
This one is a vine blight because it
Vine.
is very different.
yes,
So,
Vine
Physicality.
Master of Evil, I decide to try to shoot it in the heart,
Do
or
it.
what would be the center, which I assume is heart
Yeah.
area.
Roll
Vine center.
with advantage because of the glowing nature.
Okay. Oops. No.
didn't sound like it went well.
I can't tell. I'm still learning. I see
Did you-
6 though.
So that was a 20. So you definitely hit. So you hit for 6, and I'm making sure it added your archer's bonus. Perfect. Okay. So you hit. You fire in for 6. Think, and it shoots and it slices off one of the vines that was flailing right through it, and you see the little bit flop down, and the rest kind of moves to take its place, but it lost part of its body mass.
Okay.
It makes almost a primal, just the rustling sound gets louder. Anything else? That's action. You could still move or
No.
minor bonus.
I like my perch
Your
mushroom
perch?
spot.
Yeah. Your perch. I like it. Next is Andre.
Right on. Well, Andre, despite not having wanted to get involved at all, has found himself slightly angry to the point of just really ready to fight now. But he's got to fight his way out of these vines first. So
You can either attack the
start
twig blight
thrashing
at
him out.
disadvantage or strength your way out of the things, but it would take your action to strength out, so you would do nothing else.
Yeah, Andre's gonna try to thrash himself out of these vines.
Okay. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh wait, I did that with advantage.
Since
Sorry.
it's not an advantage, that means we'll take the left number, so it's a 9. I'll always default to left if it should have been. So that was a 9, so you do not fight your way out. You still have an no movement because it's 0 because you're restrained. You have a bonus action if there's something you can do with one.
I don't know what can I do if I
Okay.
can't move. What can
I don't think so yet. I don't think so. Okay.
Yeah.
So the armadillo is trying to turn its body. It's almost getting more tangled up. What was over its back, now there's one over its tail. So you freed yourself from the back, but now your tail's tangled. It's just not quite working out for you yet. You were right to be nervous about this. With a 10 plus 3, 13 hits a mouse. 19 plus 3 hits a mouse, and they get to do 4 and 5. Okay, so 2 of the mice fall. These 2 mice. Boop. Boop. Say, "For country! For queen!"
Nice.
Ah! Then the other twig blights run forward, and this one takes a swing at the one who threw red magic at it. Does a 21 hit you?
I'm pretty sure that it does. I don't think I need to check.
3 damage.
Okay.
And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can't get close enough. So it's going to run up, but not succeed at anything. And this one will take its motion to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And wait, because it's going to try to climb the wall. Which brings us to the big thing. The big thing, when it has people in range and doesn't have to use its fancy thing, will reach out with a 10-foot reach. And it's going to try to attack this distracting, colorful peacock. Well, I guess I didn't ask. Are you a colorful, what, male versus female? Or female has all the...
Oh my, yes. Simply resplendent with detail.
Wonderful. Perfect. I assumed so when you said peacock, but gotta check. So
delightful.
The vine will swing at Jeremus. A thicker tentacle than you had yet seen reaches out, and it wails up, and then it slams down on its wisdom save. It got a -1, so it does not hit
Vines are not very
Jeremus, which means it will swing instead at the armadillo next to Jeremus. So now it's trying to attack
Oh my.
Wayne's armor with a plus that. So that's an 8. Does an 8 hit your armor?
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah, I'm
I
at
don't
13.
think so. I don't think anybody
so
has less than an 11, so we're
We're
good.
good.
So you this giant tentacle comes down and hits you and does no damage because your shell is so strong.
Armadillo flex.
I'd like at that moment your shell ripples along like a flex. That brings us to Jeremus.
Jeremus, has anyone taken any damage besides me?
Did you take damage?
Yes, I took 2 damage. Jeremus is feeling it.
Yeah, I took 3 damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, pause everybody. I hate to do this in the middle of battle. But we didn't actually do your hit dice when we leveled up for I think Zane did yours. I need John, Lauren, and Sequoia to click on your character sheet.
Mhm.
And on your character sheet, one of the buttons on the kind of center is you'll see hit dice, and you've got 1. So it's below armor class directly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just click the word
Yeah.
hit dice,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
and then see what rolls. We are doing a minimum of whatever. So Karif got, you got over at 8. So Karif, your max is not 11, it is actually 19. That means
Okay.
that you're currently at 17, not 9.
Oh, I feel much better. That's much better. Okay.
Wayne, you rolled less than half, so we're going to give you the 6. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So Wayne, increase your max by 7, and increase your current by 7 also. And Atia, you rolled under half. So Atia, increase yours by 6 because you have a plus 0 con, and increase your current by 6 also.
So my current hit points, that's what we're increasing?
So instead of being 10 out of 10, you should be 16 out of 16.
Cool.
So that's what would have happened before this time. So you aren't too nervous about a 9 out of 11. Because you're not on 11. You're much better than that.
I'm so
You are level
squishy.
2. So now begin your turn, Sir Jeremus.
And so Jeremus looks around and sees that Zane of fantastic hair, and lately he was an animal whose exact species I can't specifically remember, but sees that they're in pain and offers forth cure wounds. Cast at level 2, I guess?
It's level 1. You have 2 slots
Okay.
to use in a day.
Got it. Okay.
So this is your first time. I don't know why I rolled 2 of them. Oh, it only rolled 1. Why are there 2 dice there?
Because animation is an imperfect science,
How
I'm told.
weird. So you
I
rolled
like
a 1
subtract
plus your
one.
2 charisma gives a total of 3 to Firefox, which sounded like what you were missing, so that works.
Cool.
Firefox feels right as rain.
So that was
Wonderful.
your action. You are still, because with Sanctuary, if you had taken attack, you would have lost it. So you still have your Sanctuary, and I don't think anything to do with your bonus action. So the question is, are you going to move at all?
Feeling very much in the thick of things, rather than depart from my friends, I shall remain.
Wonderful. That brings us to top of the order, and one mouse. You made an 11, so it's going to run for the Twig Blight, not the Vine Blight. And it's going to make its attack. Ooh, that hits. Plus 5 that time. 4 plus 1. So it actually killed one. You summoned friends, and 2 of them died and 1 helped. And it says, I did it! I succeeded! And it is now Zane's turn. Excuse me. Firefox. Your name is... I'm just reading the name on the order. I know
It's
better.
fine. Eventually we'll figure out if it's my turn yet.
I mean, I'm not perfect, okay?
You are perfect.
Trying to be. Okay.
You're great.
You are
Firefox. Take it away. Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. All right then. So Firefox looks kind of uncomfortable in the spot that he's in and steps kind of diagonally back a little bit so he can see the lay of the land a little bit.
Is he going to leave the range and take an attack of opportunity from the Twig Blight?
No, he's just going to take a couple of steps back.
Okay. So
And then, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't look all that concerned about the twig blight that's directly in front of him. He's more really concerned about this big, beefy, viney thing. It's over on the other side of his friends. So he cast. Where is it? Come on now. You can do it. You can do it. He's going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh. So you're in melee with something, so you'll do it at disadvantage unless you take the attack of opportunity from stepping away. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Hard to aim something at a distance while there's somebody in your face.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Or you
In my
can't
mind's
see that.
eye, that makes,
Oh,
that makes a lot
I
of
like that.
sense. I can't see
Joke.
that. You're correct. You know, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know what? Maybe I'm going to change my tactic then.
Sure.
And
Okay, you're up next.
I got it.
Be ready.
instead of doing this, where is it? Where are my actual weapons? Hello, sheet. I'm so used to spellcasting, like I don't even know where anything else is. Okay, question. Does Firefox have his weapons that
Firefox has all the same stats so that you can achieve the same thing even if you don't actually have the weapon. It is rare for this bird to have a bow. But you feel that I'm not going to gimp your character because of this. I'm not going to ruin your chance to have fun.
That's okay. Alright. So, alright. I see where you're going with this, I think. Okay. If I can do it. Hello, would you click? Let's do that instead.
Love it. So
The
roll
old
your
magic missile.
3d4 plus 3. Are they all going at the big one?
No, one is going in the face of the thing that's in front of me, and the other are going to the big one.
Okay, so roll the one for the in front of you first. 1d4 plus 1.
So, question.
Uh-huh.
I see. There it is.
Hey.
This was perfect. So that one was in your face trying to prevent you from doing anything, and instead you changed your mind and blasted it to smithereens. Sticks fly everywhere. And roll your 2d4 plus 2 for the other.
I seem very angry, and unlike my usual calm demeanor, I kind of look like I wanted to punch it in the face and go, "Grr! Look at that," but I didn't. I restrained myself, and you can see the restraint.
Ooh. Jaramus is impressed.
And then,
At five.
Nice.
and then two more missiles are going to go and hit the
So-
big thing.
Firefox is feeling trapped, moves around a little bit, and then as you're thinking of being violent, you just kind of growl, and energy shoots out from you. The red of your fur, of course, and hits the one in front of you, bursting it, and goes around the peacock feathers, slamming into the vines in front of them.
Oh, damn.
Atier.
snap!
Atier actually Princess goes, oh, damn.
'Cause
Just,
it's a
but
twig.
much funner than that, not just like saying it very flat tone. Oh, damn. No, she is impressed as well. So Firefox hit the large vine guy. That's correct. Okay.
Yep.
Do I... I'll move forward to the edge of the mushroom, so I'm a tiny bit closer, and then I'm also going to again shoot our big green viney bow.
Do it. You
in
got
the
advantage
face.
still.
Okay. And then she, while she's shooting, she also looks down at the mouse that's next to her, the squirrel, and she says, "You did great."
Thank you.
Oh my God.
16 definitely hits for 12 damage. This thing, you fire it, and it was getting ready to do its next tentacle attack, and you shoot it right through the center of the large tentacle, and it splits and falls apart. And as it does, all the rest of the vines just lifelessly fall to the ground.
I go, woohoo!
There's no movement. And you hear some other mice behind say, "The princess has done it! The princess has saved us!"
I do a little happy dance on the mushroom cap.
There's a bird.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 3 twig blights left, and it is Andre's turn.
And Andre, am I still stuck if she just killed the vine?
The as they did so, the pressure has diminished. You feel that you are no longer tangled or restrained.
All right. So Andre, feeling he has not contributed nearly enough to this fight, screams, "Andre Armadillo!" And
I love the idea that he's never done a battle cry before, so he's like, "What do you shout? Your name?"
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It is my name.
so he's going to attack this twig right here that is still standing.
He has the movement and the primal knowledge, because you learned last time that you could go around him to have flanking for advantage.
Mm.
You could walk to the side opposite the peacock.
Get over here on this side.
Yeah,
Okay.
that animal instinct is kicking in. You get to gang up for once.
So that puts me in an advantage roll, is what you're telling me right now?
Yep.
Nice. Andre.
With a 19, you do hit. Click hand axe to see the damage. 8. Not surprisingly, a hand axe is very good for taking apart wood, and it just shatters.
And once again, Andre Armadillo!
The other twig blights both freeze in place and look like normal twigs, but you saw where they were. What we're going to do is say that you've beaten my twig blight challenge.
Yes.
And I'm going to turn to y'all to say, do you dismantle the others?
I mean, you wanted to eat
Atier
them.
does know that
Jaramus is still hungry.
Atier knows that twig blights can understand common but cannot speak.
Mm.
So it's not like you'd be. The animals know not to try to. What's it called?
Persuade
interrogate
them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, do y'all? So Jaramus eats 1 or 2 of them. Share them?
Delightful. Jaramus crows his head back and yells, "Oh yeah! Oh yeah!" And no one likes it at all. It's
No, I
marvelous.
think that they cheer. The squirrels are cheering along as you walk over and eat one of the twig blights that froze, and
Yeah.
that gets 2 of them feeling brave enough that they run down and stab this other one, and a good time was had by all.
Well, this is simply marvelous.
At about this time, you are recuperating. Everybody starts to kind of look around and move back into the town. This one just left because I forgot about him. Don't make a map. That's too hard to see your own pieces. As you're doing this, I didn't upload a photo, and that's totally okay. Slinking out from, hold on, it was going to be a. I called an audible.
I'm excited for
And I
this.
didn't scratch it.
Those
down.
are sometimes the best plays.
Oh yeah. So this is not the right music for this, but I don't know what would be. I need to learn the songs better. So my door is opening. My dog opened my door.
Oh wow.
Hi, puppy.
A very crafty animal.
Yeah, she is. She says hi. She
Puppy
can-
must have
Firefox
thumbs.
starts
They're
chipping
the-
leaves, cheering.
They're the handles.
Yes.
The handle sound.
Dance.
So she said no. So that's what happens. The bounding in from the east is a larger than everybody here. A tiger, It looks like a tiger. It looks. Give me on anybody who would know nature-y kind of stuff. Give me a nature or an arcana check.
Oh wait, I did advantage. Sorry.
So I'll take the 12.
Okay.
Give me a wisdom check to see if you can bring like the power of Atia to it for that nature proficiency advantage.
Okay.
Firefox will only be good at combat.
Wait, I did a wisdom save.
Yeah, that's correct. So okay.
Okay.
So with a 12, you just recognize that this is not a tiger, and something about it tickles your brain in a weird way, because it is like when you can't recall something. It's a tiger, but it's not a tiger. But what does that mean that it is? And you can't quite place it. You're aware that it is something unique.
This is in sync with my life.
Yeah, your brain just the words aren't there.
Yeah.
And as it slinks in from the east, it says, "The Queen requests your presence. You have all defended the town well today. The Queen needs your help. Will you take up arms and help the Queen?"
Yes.
Jaramus says yes, if only for the tone of voice it was delivered in.
Well, and for the Queen, of course.
And for the Queen, of course.
Of course, yes.
Who is my mommy? Okay.
No joke. Jaramus did not know.
Andre
But
doesn't
of
say no to
course.
tigers or queens.
Honestly, doesn't say no to tigers.
Yeah.
I like it. Does Firefox respond?
Oh yes, he goes. But of course.
Then hurry. There is much to do. We must go. And it heads off to the east and hopes you all follow. And it bounds. I mean, you all have to race to catch up with it.
I am
Jaramus tries to fly, but remembers they're a peacock.
And as you see this
Armadillos are
peacock
not fast.
start to do that, the armadillo skitters, the fox slinks along because it can keep up easily with the rest. And you see a bluebird soar overhead over the group, and we see a camera down angle seeing all four making their perhaps awkward way after this, maybe a tiger. In the darkness, as the camera passes one tree, you see the leaf, and then you see the group, and it passes another set of leaves, and it passes another set of leaves. And when it passes the last set and it's getting darker, Autier is waking up in bed. And Autier, like all the other times, doesn't remember any specifics except flying at the beginning when you were riding along with the bird.
Nice.
I want you each to make a wisdom saving throw. I know there have been a lot of those tonight, but that was kind of the theme of what we're doing here.
Ooh.
The numbers to hit are 25 and 20.
20.
Jaramus did not succeed.
Wow.
That's high.
Nowhere close.
It is high. If this repeats, then it will become easier each time.
Nice.
So those numbers will go down. Okay, I'm going to say that Autier and, because they broke 15, I'm going to say Autier and Zane. Remember it like it's a dream. There is no concept in your mind that it was y'all, right? You remember the dream. And Zane, you were a fox. What's going on? That's so weird. It was a glorious dream. You got to be a fox and prance around, and there was what was it? I never saw it written down. It was a pygmy something.
Oh yeah.
There was too much going on that was just, I found it. A pygmy jerboa following him around. It's just hopping around behind, taking care of except when there was danger, right? And then it reappeared almost immediately. And as the four are flying off, there's a little pygmy mouse going. And you, the rest of you have all woken feeling very refreshed. You had a wonderful yesterday. You've joined the Titans, and the day is in front of you. You have all reached level 2. You gain your new class stuff, and we'll talk about what that is between this session and next. Good morning. What do y'all do?
Stretch.
Well, the first thing that Zane always does when he wakes up is he immediately goes to the spa, bathtub area, whatever is in his room. I think there's some type of bathhouse type bath there, right? Mm-hmm. He goes immediately, starts to bathe and pamper himself.
Nice. Does Zane get up early to do this, or is it just Zane takes the time to later on?
Zane gets up with the sun to do this.
Okay. Anything else from the other two as morning ritual things?
Karif simply gets up and tries to preen a bit, and then forgets what that was about and goes back about the morning routine.
Yes. Wayne?
Wayne gets up, gets dressed like a normal person, and very proudly puts on his hat.
Yeah.
So y'all leave your rooms at some point. At your table, the little table that had the keys the night before, there is, let's put on this just for non-silence. It's not super exciting. So there is at the table there is bread, stuffs. There are fruits in a bowl. A small breakfast has been prepared for you. It is far less. The beers last night weren't extravagant. She, of course, implied that they were hers and it was a special thing. But they were in nice glasses and everything. This is much more simple. Small wooden bowls. Not necessarily one for everybody, but there's a pitcher and little cups so that you can have water, or if somebody prefers ale in the morning. So those are all laid out for you, and there is one sheet of paper. Who would be the one to read the paper?
I'm feeling a bit over cocky and trying to compensate by being quiet today.
But you don't remember being.
But I don't remember why. I just feel very exposed.
It can. Play it all y'all want as it affecting you, but he has no idea why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Atia will grab the paper. She had a great bird dream experience that emboldened her.
It was just really cool. You got to be a bird and fly around. You shot your bow. That doesn't make sense. Birds don't have hands. How would you shoot a bow? That was a great dream.
So as soon as Atia picks up the paper, Zane kind of scooches over beside and gets kind of close and starts to look over her shoulder. What you got there?
You hear in your head as you're reading it, "Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to see my brand new team awake. We have a wonderful job for you. If you would head to the bridge, somebody has an assignment for you if you are ready. We also understand if you would like to take a day to rest. It was quite a full day yesterday. We put you through the ringer. That's what we do."
Thanks for letting us know, Wadsworth.
A spa day? Could we have a spa day?
Wadsworth is back.
If Zane is voting for a spa day, I'm not going to push back against a spa day. Karif's got some hair that could definitely need some shampooing and tips from Zane, if we're being honest. So, Karif feels great about that.
I never, ever withhold any of the tips that I could share with you about how to beautify yourself.
Oh, marvelous.
I
can't wait.
Imagine anything I would like to do less than listen to you talk about your hair. Let's go to the bridge.
I feel like Atia, looks at Wayne during the whole exchange about hair and beauty supplies, and they agree. They're like, "What's happening?"
I feel like I'm being peer pressured right now. I don't know.
To do your hair?
It's 2-2.
To not do my hair. This is my pacifying
But
gesture.
importantly, I have a hat, and I'm pretty sure that fits the my direction.
Well, it sounds like it's 3-1, Wayne. So what do you do at this time while they're kind of settling in?
I guess I'll just take a nap.
Fantastic.
You flip it over, and as you see the back, it says, "If you're heading out, just ask for Terrence. And if you're staying in, you are welcome to anything in your rooms, and you are welcome to wander about the town for the day and come back tomorrow. Signed, Petunia. I look forward to seeing all of you whenever I see you next. Oh, P.S. The other team has gone on a job already. Early rise, early shine, something like that. So they're not around. Have the run of the place."
Atia is excited to look through all of the drawers and snoop throughout the house.
Kara finds a main area, a lounge-style area within the Titans zone, and begins to sit and whittles picks up a little knife and begins whittling a piece of wood into nothing in particular.
Mhm. Cool.
Wayne
So
grunts and says, "Can't believe I put on a hat for nothing." He heads back towards his room.
So Zane calls out after Ati and goes, "Dear, please do tell me if you find any glorious perfumes in your searchings. I would love to make our own personal perfume that anybody could enjoy if they needed a little bit of extra, oomph to their adventuring for the day."
She says, only if you make me a bedazzled hat.
Hard bargaining right away.
And then she laughs and she says,
Also,
even just a hairbrush would be nice.
I like how excited Zane looked anyways. Oh yes, and then you're almost apologetic, and Zane's like, "No, it's cool."
Anything to make you excited
Yes.
about beautifying yourself.
These
Anything.
It's nearly 9:45, and I had told my wife 10. So if y'all are okay, I think this is a good stopping place for next time. We'll pick up with. I want y'all to think of specifics if there's anything you want to do during this off day, and we'll pick up with those before the spa day completes, and we can do as much with that as y'all want. So make sure you bring your desires because I'm doing what y'all want to do. And Wayne, don't worry if they just do spa day, you will do things too. You will not be bored. So
Rat.
we started a little later, and that's not a problem at all. It was not my intention to only do Atie's story. Were y'all okay with that? That turn out okay?
I
That
love
was
my
fun.
story.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, perfect.
You did such
so-
a good job too. It was so pretty and lovely and cute.
This,
I liked
this-
being a fox. I liked
It's your
Firefox.
story. Y'all came up with your own characters. I didn't. All I did
Well-
was say. All I did was listen when you said, "I want to turn into a bird." Hey, it happened. So to everybody watching, good night. Thanks for joining us. To everybody here, I will see y'all in probably 2 weeks' time, and we'll talk in between about what it means to be level 2 now, because each of you have at least something that changed.
Marvelous.
Yay!
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Have a bird rest of your week.
Night, friends.
Night.
Bye.